In a move that has sent shockwaves across the international community, President Trump has renewed his demands for the acquisition of Greenland and the Panama Canal. This startling development has reignited concerns about America's foreign policy direction under the second Trump administration. Trump's pronouncements, delivered with his trademark bombast, have been met with a mixture of derision and alarm by world leaders. His demands, first articulated in a series of late-night tweets and later reiterated in more formal settings, have left little to the imagination. He has made it abundantly clear that he views both Greenland and the Panama Canal as essential to American national security and economic interests. This aggressive posture represents a significant departure from the norms of international diplomacy and has raised fears of a new era of territorial expansionism. Trump's pronouncements have been met with a mixture of disbelief and concern by seasoned diplomats and foreign policy experts. Many have pointed out the impracticality and potential legal ramifications of such a move. The international community, still reeling from the aftershocks of his first term, is now grappling with the implications of a more assertive and unpredictable America on the world stage. Trump's rationale for acquiring Greenland and the Panama Canal is rooted in a combination of economic and geopolitical calculations. He has repeatedly emphasized the strategic importance of both territories, particularly in light of growing Chinese and Russian influence. Greenland, with its vast mineral resources and strategic location in the Arctic, is seen as a potential treasure trove of natural resources and a key to controlling vital shipping lanes. The Panama Canal, a vital artery of global trade, is viewed as essential for maintaining America's economic and military dominance in the Western Hemisphere. Trump's economic argument centers on the potential benefits of exploiting Greenland's vast reserves of rare earth minerals, which are crucial for a wide range of modern technologies. He has also hinted at the potential for developing Greenland's tourism industry, citing its pristine natural beauty. In the case of the Panama Canal, Trump has argued that American control is necessary to ensure the free flow of goods and services, claiming, without evidence, that China is seeking to exert undue influence over the waterway. However, critics argue that Trump's economic arguments are flawed and fail to take into account the significant costs associated with acquiring and developing these territories. They point out that Greenland's harsh climate and remote location would make resource extraction a costly and logistically challenging endeavor. Similarly, they argue that seizing control of the Panama Canal would likely trigger a global economic crisis and damage America's reputation as a reliable trading partner. The international response to Trump's demands has been swift and overwhelmingly negative. Denmark, which has sovereignty over Greenland, has vehemently rejected the notion of selling the island, with Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen calling the idea absurd and not up for discussion. Similarly, Panama has reacted with anger and defiance, with President Laurentino Cortizo Cohen reaffirming his country's sovereignty over the canal and vowing to resist any attempt by the United States to seize control. Trump's demands have also been met with condemnation from other world leaders, who have expressed concern about the potential for escalating tensions and the erosion of international norms. The European Union has issued a statement expressing grave concern about Trump's remarks and warning that any attempt to acquire Greenland or the Panama Canal through coercion or force would have serious consequences for transatlantic relations. This is not the first time the United States has expressed interest in acquiring Greenland. In 1867, Secretary of State William Seward, who had orchestrated the purchase of Alaska from Russia, explored the possibility of buying Greenland and Iceland from Denmark but was unsuccessful. Similarly, following World War II, the Truman administration offered to buy Greenland from Denmark for $100 million in gold, but was rebuffed. The United States has also had a long and complicated history with Panama, having played a key role in the country's independence from Colombia in 1903 in order to secure the rights to build the Panama Canal. Trump's audacious claims to Greenland and the Panama Canal represent a dangerous escalation in his administration's disregard for international norms and the rule of law. His willingness to openly contemplate the seizure of sovereign territory from allied nations has sent shockwaves through the international community. raising fears of a new era of great power competition and territorial aggression. The potential for miscalculation and unintended consequences is high, and the world watches with bated breath as this volatile situation continues to unfold. The global implications of Trump's actions extend far beyond the immediate dispute over Greenland and the Panama Canal. His rhetoric and actions have emboldened other nations with territorial ambitions, raising the spectre of a world where might makes right. This dangerous precedent could undermine the rules-based international order that has maintained relative peace and stability for decades. The international community must present a united front in condemning Trump's actions and reaffirming the sanctity of national sovereignty and territorial integrity. The long-term consequences of Trump's actions remain to be seen, but one thing is certain: the world is entering a period of heightened uncertainty and risk. The rules-based international order that has governed relations between nations for decades is under threat, and the future of global peace and security hangs in the balance. The coming months and years will test the resolve of the international community to uphold the principles of sovereignty, diplomacy, and the peaceful resolution of disputes. The stakes could not be higher.